right, hello everyone. Sorry, I was taking a very important phone call with an attorney. Okay, so listen, as you're coming in, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, and let me change this overlay real quick because I clearly have the wrong one on here. Let me see where it is. I don't even know what I did with the other one. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, let's get into it. Everyone get the likes up. Thank you in advance. All right. Hello, Pisces God says no sound. I know, beloved. I wasn't talking to you all. I was talking on the phone. Okay. Pisces God, Sonia, Eileen said, I think she's on the phone. Yes, I was. Oh, hell no. Nessie X, Claudette, Miss Hotel said, Queen is Black, Christy One Love. Okay, so listen, let me tell you all something. For those of you who have memberships to this channel, if you notice that your memberships are downgraded without your consent, if you notice that your memberships are, if you notice you're unsubscribed and you lose your memberships and have to reapply, please let me know. Take screenshots of anything and everything and send it to me on my email, morethanmeetsthethirdeye. Okay, morethanmeetsthethirdeye at gmail.com. And you all should know the email because that's where I send you the links from the same email that I send you guys the links to this channel from. Send it right back to there. I was in the chat talking with Google. That's why I'm late. Now they swear up and down that they have not unsubscribed any of you. They swear up and down that they don't downgrade your memberships, but I have proof that they have absolutely been doing this. Okay. Mr. Hotel is one of the people they've done this to, and he sent me the receipts. Okay, so they can sit down somewhere at the end of the day. I just want y'all to pay attention. All right, so the hate is real, beloveds. All right, now hold on for 1 second because I forgot to add my software real quick. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me pull up my receipts. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, and so for the members of this channel, hey, Prince of Paraphernalia, Mr. Hotel said, yes, they did, rotten dogs. Okay, so listen, for those of you who have memberships, we will be going live on the, with a special delivery for the members only right after this. Okay, so please make sure that you tune in for that. All right, so let's get into it. This is all nefarious. This is all nefarious. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here we go, right here. So let's talk about it. Spiritual warfare and understanding the battle. Now, all this nefarious stuff that's been going on, all these allegations against Diddy and other people, this is absolutely spiritual warfare too. Okay, whether Cassie realized it or not, when all of these things were going on, she was engaged in spiritual warfare. And when people say, oh, why didn't she leave? And this, that, and the third, and they ask these questions. Well, sometimes people are spiritually blind. They're in a battle of spiritual warfare and they don't understand the battle, and nor do they know how to defend themselves from the battle, and nor do they even understand exactly what's going on. And also, let's keep in mind that Diddy allegedly had people that would go and get Cassie and drag her right back when she would leave. Okay? If you don't have on the whole armor of the Most High, the whole armor of God, and you don't know how to prepare for spiritual battle, then you will absolutely be defeated and find yourselves in this type of instance for years. She was in it for over a decade. And so this is likely why. So with that all being said, let's talk about it. Likes up again, everyone. So to understand the battle of spiritual warfare, we need to first begin with acknowledging that we are in a war. You have to realize that a war has been set against you. You see, the best way to break people down is to destroy their spirit, to kill their spirit, to make them become so low vibrational, to have such a low frequency that they can't see the positive. They can only see the negative. They can only feel depressed and angry, scared, frightened, all of these low vibrational emotions, and that causes them to have low vibrational thought patterns. Okay, and then you cannot raise into your higher self, which is what you need to do and have to do to be successful in defending yourself and your spirit and your soul and your mind, your whole mental, right? When there is spiritual warfare. So please pay attention. Now, Battles make up smaller components of the bigger picture. By definition, battles involve combat between two persons, between factions, between armies, and they consist of any type of extended contest, struggle, or controversy. Now, as people who are spiritual, we're in a spiritual battle of some sort on a daily basis, very often. In warfare, battles are fought on different fronts for different reasons and with varying degrees of intensity. The same is true in spiritual warfare. You see, our spiritual battles and warfare are real, even though we cannot physically see the attacker, but we can educate ourselves on how the battles are fought and how they impact our lives on a daily basis. Okay? Remember that scripture in the Bible? Let me just pull that up because I don't want to misquote it. Hold on just a second. Now, this is Ephesians 6:12 from the King James Version. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers, right? Diddy is one of the rulers, and the people above him are rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, okay? Because there is a hierarchy. Okay, there's a hierarchy, a method to this madness. There are people that are in dark places, people that engage in dark practices, spirituals. Okay, remember the word spiritual has the word ritual. So we engage in spirituals. These are spirituals that the Most High wants us to engage in. You know, the practice of being a righteous person, of being giving, of being able to lift ourselves, to raise into our higher selves. But there's also people who engage in rituals that are low vibrational, that are of Satan, not of God. These are called satanic rituals. Okay, there are people who engage in these things, and the Bible warns us against these things. Now we have to ask ourselves, why do we even want to fight spiritual warfare? It will do us no good to educate ourselves on the battle if we see no reason for the fight. There's no point in learning about the whys and the hows if you don't even believe in it or think that it's absolutely, not needed. Now, war is a very controversial topic, even today, okay, in the physical realm, but also in the spiritual realm. Those attitudes, beliefs, and convictions will transfer to the spiritual realm. So whatever you're thinking, whether it's negative, low vibrational thoughts, all the things that you have in your pattern of thinking, your pattern of thought, that transfers over into the spiritual realm. So if you can't protect yourself physically, and if you don't wake up and protect yourself mentally and spiritually in the physical, then you won't be able to do it in the spiritual either. Now, in the spiritual realm, there's a battle going on regardless of our opinion, okay? We are either victors or victims. Now, the Most High has come and conquered. The war is already won, according to the Most High. This battle is not yours. It is the Most High's. Isn't that what they have told us when we were growing up and in church and all of that? But at the end of the day, though the Most High works with us and gives us the tools to protect ourselves, okay, we cannot win these battles unless we are spiritually prepared. And that is by having an open mind, being able to receive the information that is given, and being able to become more spiritually attuned and in tune, okay, at the end of the day. Now, in Matthew 28:18, Jesus said, all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. We now have the privilege of having an eternal relationship with God. Now, many of us enter into that covenant of salvation by grace, but the Matthew 28:18 verse is not only about salvation, it is about our everyday victory, which adds up to victorious living in the Most High. Every day, victory is achieved by knowing, believing, and understanding the battles that we're enduring on a daily basis, regardless if we are passive or active in these battles. Now, do you want all that God has for you on earth right now? Or do you want to wait until you get to heaven to receive the victory and the blessings? Because isn't that what they teach us in church? So they tell us in church that you'll only get rewarded and everything when you go to heaven. So when you think about that, of course, I have told you that many of the things in the Bible are in fact allegorical, and they are stories with hidden messages and deeper meanings. I call it esoteric knowledge and esoteric information. Okay, so you have to know the difference. Some of the things in the Bible can absolutely be taken literally, but most of it is allegorical. Okay, so do you think that the Most High put us here for us to suffer only and to have all of these traumas and different things happening to us, and then we have to wait until we die to obtain true freedom, to obtain, all of the good things, the blessings that we would want while we're here? You see, we go through these trials and tribulations, but these things are supposed to be like stepping stones. They're supposed to be a way to teach us how to progress, how to rise from the ashes like the phoenix and into a higher way of thinking. You create your own reality. Now, if you want to stay low vibrational, then low vibrational things will continue to happen and occur in your life. The very things that you don't want, you'll get more of as long as you continue to focus your energy into those things. So you have to be thinking positively and being more optimistic rather than pessimistic. Now, the Bible talks about or basically this study that we're talking about right now of the Bible and of other things that I'm giving you is to give us a better understanding of the battle of spiritual warfare. Okay, this will help us to have a foundation of where and how and what the battles look like in our own lives. We're going to examine three main areas of where the battles are fought: the spiritual battle, the worldly battle, and the battle within. Okay, there's a battle within us. Now, we'll talk about all of these things because this is how we gain the information to protect ourselves. And also in the Bible, when it tells you, Morsem says, I've always battled with the thought of waiting for a paradise after death. Yeah, and see, why should we have to wait for a paradise after death? That's not supposed to be the case. Okay, if you have listened to the other esoteric knowledge that I've given, then you'll know that. But if not, please go back and watch those videos. Very important that you watch those videos. Okay, Juju says, shoot, I'm just catching up. I was catching up on the other videos. Says ScrewTube is a hot arse mess. Okay, so now the first part. This is the first part we're going to talk about: spiritual warfare battle. So how do we know that there is a spiritual realm? If we can't see it, should we believe in it? Many believers and unbelievers today do not want to deal with the world that we cannot see. The world that we do see is hard enough to deal with. They don't want to deal with anything outside of that. We have to deal with the troubles in this world right now that are so difficult for us to comprehend sometimes, and for us to even, we struggle to get a foothold when we're having issues in this realm. So let alone a spiritual realm. Some people don't want to believe in that, don't want to talk about it. But we can discuss the spiritual battle. Before we can discuss it, though, we have to believe in the spiritual realm. Okay, we have a tendency to act like a 2-year-old child who closes their eyes and places a blanket over their head, really believing that no one can see them because she or that he cannot see them. Okay, just because we cannot see the spiritual realm does not mean it isn't there. The same thing goes with the Most High. We don't see the Most High, but we know that he's there. Who else created this wonderful world? The flowers, the trees, the universe, us. Okay, everything that is created had to come from someone. It's like a beautiful painting, a picturesque landscape painted, right? And who is the author of this painting, or who is the artist of this painting? Well, it has to be the Most High. And so just as we know the Most High is there, though we cannot see the Most High, we also should know that there's a spiritual realm. Okay, so at the end of the day, and here's the thing, some people say they don't believe in God. Some people don't believe in God. Well, if they don't believe in God, I wonder how they think that they got here. I wonder how they think that we have trees and oceans and the sun and the sky that gives everything life. Okay, without the sun, we would all die. So with the animals, the plants and the trees, and all of the vegetables and fruits and foods that we grow and produce. So none of that would be possible without the Son. The Son literally gives everything everlasting life. When we leave this realm, when we leave here, then the next ones that come after us, the future generations, our descendants, they too will be alive because the sun rises every day, gives them light, energy, helps their bodies produce vitamin D. And so therefore the Son gives everlasting life. Now I know that they told you in church that Jesus gives us everlasting life, but the sun in the sky gives us everlasting life as well. Okay. And so with that all being said, now let's talk about all the beliefs that we have. They're not physically seen today. Okay. For people who believe in Jesus, you've never seen Jesus. Okay. As I said, we've never seen God. And so why is it so crazy to some people to think that there's a spiritual realm? Another thing is this. When we think of the spiritual realm, we tend to think of angels or the ancestors and things like that. But what some people tend to forget is that there's also malevolent spirits in the spiritual realm. Okay, there's also demonic and satanic spirits and energies in the spiritual realm. All of these things are in another dimension, a whole nother realm. These things all exist. Okay, because for everything, there are polar opposites. Now, the Bible is filled with references to the heavenly realm or a place that is invisible to our eyes physically today, yet very real in its existence. Now, the Bible says these things. Now, we believe with our eyes, with the eyes of our heart, instead of the eyes in our head. There have been others who were able to see with their physical eyes into the spiritual realm. You see, some people have spiritual gifts, like myself. I can see into the spiritual realm. I can see other beings, whether they're angelic or demonic. I have seen these things. And the reason I have seen these things is because I'm able to see them not with the pair of eyes, but with the single eye, which are the first eye, which most call the third eye. Okay, remember I tell you the scripture all the time, if thy eye be single, then thy body is full of light. And when your body is full of light and you're viewing things with the single eye, which is the third or the first eye, then you can have the knowledge and the wisdom and the wherewithal to know about these things that which most people cannot see. Now, these stories represent two different scenarios of activity that are taking place in the invisible realm that's all around us. Okay, God allowed men to in the Bible, it talks about how God allowed men to bridge the gap in the physical realm to see into the spiritual realm. Okay, these people in the Bible are spoken of as seers, astrologers, and things like that. The three wise men, for example, who followed the North Star to find the baby Jesus. But then you'll have some people in churches who will tell you that you're not supposed to dabble in astrology and numerology, when in fact, as I told you before, the Bible is full of astrology and numerology. And so now another thing, part 2, is the worldly battle. Now, the Strong's Greek and Hebrew dictionary defines the world as the earth, as moist and therefore inhabited. Now, by extensive, the globe, by implication, its inhabitants, specifically a participle land as Babylonia, Palestine, a habitable part world. Okay, now the world is where people dwell. So the pattern of this world, according to Romans 12:2, refers to how the people collectively choose to live on the earth. We as believers are told to not conform to the norms of how others live, but to live to please God, okay, who is not of this world. Now, it also says that Jesus said in John 17 chapter 14 through 16 verses, I have given them your world, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. So we are called to live in the world, but not to be a part of the world. You see, you're not supposed to engage in all of these worldly things because some of these worldly things are an abomination to the Most High. So now listen to this. Likes up, everyone. Please be sure to get the likes up. It says, I have manifested your name to the men whom you have given me out of the world. They were yours. You gave them to me, and they have kept your word. Now they have known that all things which you have given me are from you. For I have given them to you, for I have given to them the words which you have given me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came forth from you, and they have believed that you sent me. I pray for them. I do not pray for the world, but for those whom you have given me, for they are yours, and all mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I am glorified in them. Now I am no longer in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to you. Holy Father, keep through your name those whom you have given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in your name. Those whom you gave me, I have kept, and none of them is lost except the son of perdition. Okay, now that scripture might be fulfilled. Pay attention. But now I come to you, and these things I speak in the world, that they may have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given you your word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I also have sent them into the world, and for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also may be sanctified by the truth. I do not pray for these alone, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they all may be one, as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that you sent me, and the glory which you gave me I have given them, that they may be one as we are one, I in them and you in me, that they may be made perfection in one, and that the world may know that you have sent me, and I have loved them as you have loved me. Father, I desire that they also whom you gave me may be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory, which you have given me. For you loved me before the foundation of the world, O righteous Father. The world has not known you, but I have known you, and these have known that you sent me, and I have declared to them your name, and will declare it, that the love with which you loved me may be in them and I in them. That's John 17th chapter, the 6th through the 26th verse. Now here's part 3, the spiritual battle within us. The spiritual battle within us, because we battle with ourselves at times. So for some of us, the hardest battles of spiritual warfare are fought within our own selves. We can understand the circumstances and the situations that the enemy uses to destroy us. We can accept the truth of how the world lures and tempts us. Okay, remember in the Bible, the devil even tempted Jesus, saying that if you fall down and worship me, that I will give you all of the lands and things as far as the eye can see. How can the devil give anything that the devil doesn't own? You see, all of these things belong to the Most High, whom created them. The devil uses trickery. The devil mixes lies with truth to confuse you. And that's how many people fall prey to malevolent spirits. They engage in things that are abominations of the Most High, and this in turn gives the devil and his minions, i.e. demons, malevolent spirits, it gives them contracts to harass you. You see, these malevolent entities, nor the devil himself, they cannot harass you. They cannot even tempt you. They cannot do anything to you unless you engage in things that give them a contract. Okay. And what most people don't even know or don't seem to grasp is the fact that the Most High gives us dominion over all of these things. Okay. Over demonic spirits and entities. The devil cannot make you do anything without you being complicit in it. So we can accept the truth of how the world lures and tempts us. We can understand to some degree that the battle in the spiritual realm is ongoing and real, even though we cannot see it. But to get a grasp on that, on what is going on within our own hearts and minds, can be the hardest thing to do sometimes. And it can be most exhausting. Okay. Some of us are battling our own demons and battling ourselves from within. Now, first off, at the end of the day, we suffer in our flesh. Whether we feed its desires or deny its pleasures, we're constantly battling between what we want to do versus what we know that God wants us to do, or what we know that we need to do. All have sinned and fall short, right? All of us have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So, but there is no battle when there is no opposing side. It takes two to fight. When we are dead in our trespasses, there is no spiritual battle within us because there is no spiritual life. The Spirit of God brings us to life spiritually. Yet we live in these bodies of flesh that still have a sinful nature. Thus, the battle rages in the lives of believers, but the victory is assured because we are in one. We are supposed to be at least one with the Most High. So we all should be, speaking positively about ourselves. We should be having conversations with God. We should be meditating and praying. And remember that I told you the difference. Praying is when you talk to God. Meditating is when you actually listen to God. That's why when you meditate, you have to relax and quiet the mind to get rid of all the chaos and the clutter of the things that you have been dealing with throughout the day, throughout the week, months, and years. You have to relax and just open yourself up. Okay, this is how you hear what the Most High is sending you. The Most High speaks to us through our consciousness. The Most High comes and visits us in our consciousness. If you have feelings and you say, well, something told me not to do this, and something that you didn't do turned out to be disastrous, and had you done it, you could have been injured or hurt, anything could have happened, something bad could have happened to impact your life or the life of your loved ones. Well, that's the Most High. The Most High gives us intuition. The Most High often gives us messages so that we don't go down the wrong path. Sometimes people get upset if they're late somewhere, if they're in traffic and they're late, on their way to work or whatever. But sometimes they don't realize there's such a thing as divine intervention. Let me give you an example. So me and my younger son, a few years ago, we were on our way to a play. We love going to plays. And so we were on our way to a play this particular night. And we left an hour early because we didn't want to miss anything. And I paid over maybe $200 for the tickets. So we left early. And as we're on our way there, we get on the highway, and about 15 minutes into the drive, and the place where we were going to, the venue where they were having this play, it was only about 20 more minutes away. Well, 15 minutes into the drive, there was an accident. The highway was backed up. It ended up taking us like maybe 40 minutes to get off so that we could get to our destination. And so we ended up being like half an hour late to the play. Now, as we're sitting in traffic, I'm just getting so annoyed and saying, oh my God, we're late. I paid all this money for these tickets. We're going to miss, half of the play or whatever. We did miss about maybe 25, 30 minutes of it. But here's the thing. As we got closer, you know what I saw? I saw that the accident, it was fatal. Someone was deceased. Someone had been struck, and they were lying in the middle of the road, and they were covered with a sheet. I said all that to say this. Had we not been hindered, had we not been, caught in traffic or whatever, how do we know that couldn't have been us? I'm just saying, sometimes at the end of the day, the Most High makes you late for a reason. Sometimes you miss an important appointment or something for a reason. Now, I'm not saying that's always the case, but I'm just saying sometimes there is something called divine intervention, and we may not look at it like that. So don't always get upset and angry when you don't get somewhere that you're trying to get to in a certain amount of time, because sometimes it's absolutely for your own good, is all I'm saying. Okay. So with that all being said, Dorana said exactly, Queen Claudette said agree. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so now with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast because, as I told you, I have another live that's for the members. I have another live for the members. So all of the members, please tune into this next live. It is really going to be good. Aeon said that Premonition movie is a great example of this. I've never seen it, but I'll try to check it out, beloved. Aeon also says that's my go-to when things don't work out the way I want. Exactly. Okay, so with that all being said, everyone, please make sure that you're doing your positive affirmations, that you're meditating, that you're listening to meditative sounds. And if you don't have a specific place that you go to listen to these things, well, make sure that you go to my meditation channel. Okay, I have a whole meditation channel on YouTube. It's called the Universal Language. I'm going to put the link in right now so that you all can join. You all can subscribe if you have not already done so. Okay, it's called the Universal Language. Universal is spelled with a Y. All right, so let me just get the link for you all real quick. And I have about 10 videos on there. I'll be adding more videos shortly. But these are all very high frequency, high vibrational, meditative sounds for you to listen to as you listen to the Most High. All right. There it is right there. Okay, so with that all being said, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And if you have noticed that you've been unsubscribed from this channel, that your membership has been downgraded or anything like I told you before, please make sure. And if they're saying you have problems, there's a problem with your card, and you call your bank and you know there's no problem with your card, please send me all that information, because I have something that I'm going to be doing to try and deal with all of this, okay? And so also for the high frequency members, we're going to have your masterclass tomorrow. We're going to have the higher frequency masterclass tomorrow. So please make sure that you tune in for that. For those of you who pay for the higher frequency membership, $49.99, you don't want to miss your free masterclass for the month. Okay, so with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. And don't forget, beloveds, to always keep the Most High first in your lives. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. Peace.